You so desperately want to do what's right as a parent, and you're never really sure what that right thing is.
pt2 gives kids who have lost their way a chance to get their feet on the ground and rediscover some positive sense of life.
When you take your son or daughter to one of these schools, you, for the first time in a long time, will be able to feel that your kid is safe.
Families who struggle to cope with out-of-control, underachieving adolescents discover the help they need within pt2 Family of Services. As the founder of the Emotional Growth Boarding School concept more than 30 years ago, pt2 has impacted the lives of thousands of young people by providing a challenging, safe environment in which to enact positive change. Today, on secluded campuses in California and Idaho, pt2's work continues, bringing troubled children and hurting families back together.
I was doing a lot of drugs, doing my own thing, and I was pretty young. I started doing drugs when I was about 11.
I weighed about 100 pounds, and just my face was all pale. I looked disgusting. I looked sick, and didn't really lift my head up too much.
When I was at home, I hated being at home. I couldn't stand being around my parents. I had run away from home, and I would have done it again. And my parents knew that, and they knew that they needed to get me some kind of help somehow, and they didn't really know what. But they found this place, and they decided that this would be a good thing for me.
Robert was a hard person to live with. Robert basically was unmotivated, unhappy, wouldn't communicate with any of us.
Robert's probably next step was to be in jail or buried. The school just laugh.
The stories behind pt2 families are as individual as the children they save. What these families share is an often urgent need for help.
Our life was just coming unglued before we dropped him off here. We were spending all of our time worrying about what is Martin up to, where is Martin, and literally following him around, trying to find out what was going on. We had no time to do our jobs, to do anything. It was just the focus of our entire life.
Well, we knew something was wrong. We didn't know what. He was just a master at hiding things.
My concern, and it's our concern, since he's been back, has been...
A compassionate, caring staff is an integral part of pt2's emotional growth education experience. By interrupting negative behavior patterns and fostering self-confidence and emotional maturity, pt2 professionals help students achieve success in the classroom, in relationships, and in life.
The kids that I get here, they're very angry. They're mad at the world. They're mad at parents. They're mad at situations. And what I try to do is just get them to know who they are, and get them to start working with why they're here. Most of them, they come here and you ask them, no, I don't know why I'm here. I let them know why, and then we start working at it from there.
Life at pt2, it's not exactly the easiest thing. All the emotional growth is scary to a lot of people. It was scary to me for a year or so.
I love her so much, but I hate her at the same time.
You gotta do your work. You gotta do your emotional work. You gotta have quality friendships. You gotta have, all that kind of stuff. You gotta be doing your schoolwork on time, all that kind of stuff. And the more you do, the more you get from it.
It's really getting the child in touch with the person they've always been, and maybe somebody that they were but discarded for a while.
I just was in a rap one day, and I saw the amount of pain that I was living with, and I saw that I could have something different in my life, and I decided to fight for having love.
I've learned a lot about myself and my life and what I really want, and a huge part of it is just being able to have people in my life the way I do, and people that I love more than I knew I could.
The school is a lot about teaching. That's one of the main things about is teaching love and compassion, forgiveness, all, you know what I mean?
I slowly began to realize more and more about who I was and how the life that I was living wasn't good. So after I'd been here about a year and a half is when I really started to change. And I began to see that people like me for who I am, and I have something to offer people through friendship.
The kids here do get really close to each other, and they're together in a way that is outside the party scene or the drug scene or the bad boy scene, and it allows them to build really deep and lasting friendships.
CEDU campuses are ideally located to help students focus their attention on healthy living and learning in a safe, beautiful environment, far removed from the distractions and influences of contemporary life.
This is a safe place for your children to be. When they're here, you can sleep again at night, and that's comforting for a parent.
He can't manipulate these people. He can't run away. He can't do drugs. The environment here just doesn't allow that.
CEDU is a fully licensed, fully accredited college preparatory program. Each CEDU school provides an integrated curriculum that combines academics and experiential learning with outdoor service and leadership opportunities. With a low student-to-staff ratio, CEDU tailors academic programs to meet individual student needs.
One of the questions parents ask when the child's in a safe environment is, what are the academics going to be like? What's going to happen to the child when he gets out of school? Is he going to go through this emotional growth? What is he going to do for the rest of his life? I think that's assuring to families who come in that not only will their child get through the program and be turned around, but will excel academically. The school has a fabulous academic program.
CEDU Family of Services also offers an extensive parent education program that helps build strong, successful family relationships.
Matt began recovering when he got up here, and we began recovering when he got up here, and we didn't have to worry so much about what was going on, and we began to be able to take advantage of the CEDU program, and we attended all the seminars.
The opportunities very similar to the opportunities that you are experiencing.
CEDU Family of Services is not only deals with helping the children, but it also deals in educating parents, because an educated CEDU child deserves to have an educated parent who understands all the work that we're asking the kids to do, and it will create an open communication like you wouldn't believe.
Within 10 minutes after being here, the feeling that I got on the campus, the walking around and seeing the kids and seeing the way that they interacted with each other and with the staff, I said, this is where our child needs to be.
Parents really need to hear that some of the things that are going on with their kids have nothing to do with them, and that it's okay to ask for help, and it doesn't mean that they're failures.
CEDU Family of Services helps young people see who they are and do what it takes to live a successful, happy life. The CEDU premise is simple yet powerful, and it works to turn visions into reality for hundreds of young people and their families each year.
Robert came to me and he said, "Mom, I'm thinking about going to the Naval Academy." I said, "I think that's a great idea."
I'm accomplishing one of my dreams. I'm going to the Naval Academy, and that's something I've always wanted to do. I'm playing baseball. I got a baseball scholarship, so that's also something I've always wanted to do. And not to mention, I have my family in my life, and I get along with them real well.
He's spent a couple of years now really getting inside of himself and understanding what makes him tick, what made him do the things he did, why he shouldn't do those things, what he really ought to do with his life going forward. And you know, he really has a grip now on what he wants to do and where he wants to go.
The neat thing about CEDU is they say they never give up on a child, and I think that's really true. Every one of us felt that our child would never make it through this program. But if your child stays here and graduates through the program, they will benefit. They'll be far more emotionally mature than the average teenager, and probably the average adult.
Thomas Wolfe said, "You can't go home again." Well, I beg to differ with you, Mr. Wolfe. Our students can go home again, and they can go home with a lot of love, compassion, knowledge, and wisdom, and most importantly, with themselves, and that will make all the difference.
I'm just so proud. He's come a long way to being a very confident young man.
Matt has just absolutely flourished here. He truly has.
I'm here and I'm still going. I'm going to make an awesome life for myself.
The biggest thing I learned when I first got here was that I loved my parents, no matter what I said.
To have what I have now is I never dreamt possible, to be going to college and having my family and the friends that I have, and the world is like mine. To my mom. You never quit on me, and I tried to get you to, but you didn't. You're a beautiful woman. I love you very much. And to you, Dad, I respect the values you live with. I'm gonna give this to you.
pt2 Family of Services brings families together again.